Good morning, Church of the Living God. Again, this is Elder Arrington. This is December the 10th, and the lesson for today is God teaches self distrust through trials. And the reading is coming from Isaiah 55:8, and it says, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord." That's a powerful text, and it's so true, church, about God. But man looks upon the necessity of self and mingle with all that is said and done, but God is gracious. Thoughts exceed all human imagination. No one can fathom the depth of his wisdom. That's where trust comes in. He draws us away from this earthly and holds his attention that we behold his glory. He says, "My saints have lost sight." Sometimes we can lose sight, church, you know, and by his anointing our eyes with the heavenly eyesight, slave, I think I pronounced that right. He will prepare us to receive the truth. The Lord compel uh, to fortify the soul against self-sufficiency and self-dependence. That's something as believers we got to be very careful with. In order that the workers shall not regard our failing as virtue and thus be ruined by self-exaltation. So we got to just be careful, church, about that self-dependency, that self-exaltation. And it says sometimes God makes his path to the soul by a process that is painful to humanity. The work of purifying is a great work and will always cause man suffering and trials. But we got to remember, he still is with us. But we must pass through the furnace until the fire have consumed the dross, and he reflects the divine image. So God's going to take us through something, but when he finished with the refiner, we're gonna come out white as snow. So, but we gotta pass. But those who follow their own indignation, that's the problem we have, brothers and sisters. Is follow our own inclination, not uh, good judges of what the Lord is doing, and they are filled with discontent. Proverbs, and I just had to add this. Proverbs 3:5 and 6 says we gotta trust in the Lord with all our hearts and lean not on our own understanding. In all thy ways, we got to acknowledge him, and he shall direct our path. I just wanted to add that in there because, we see failure where there is triumph, loss where there is gain. Like Jacob, we are ready to explain all these things against me when the very things where they complain are working together for our good. So sometimes, things are going bad, it's actually working for our good. So we got to keep that faith in the Lord. Paul, through his captivity, when he was about to meet his demise, Paul was just his patience, his meekness, which he was so submitted to a long and unjust confinement set by men. He was in prison, and the saints through the century. But we just got to remember what Paul went through and what all the other folks did. That they actually put their hope in the Lord. And as I close, I just want to remember this, like I said, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, says the Lord. And remember to trust him. So we got to remember to trust him. So I pray that everybody have a blessed day. And just go back over the devotional in your spare times. Have a blessed day. God bless.